A group of Israeli tourists traveling on a Norwegian cruise ship were caught off guard when they were told upon reaching Tunisia that they would not be allowed to leave the vessel as per the nation's law. The National Constituent Assembly in Tunisia has called for the two ministers to be discharged after they reportedly allowed tourists to enter the nation, thus acting against the Tunisian constitution. NCA members have said that giving visas to tourists was an act of normalization. Karima Sawid, in aid with the NCA, said that thus far more than 80 of the 217 members of the Assembly have signed an agreement to remove Minister Amal Karbul, while 80 members signed a petition to discharge the other priest, Rita Safar. According to the petition, the decision issued by Minister Safar to allow a group of Israeli citizens onto Tunisian soil and Minister Karbul's willingness to receive them is a breach of the Tunisian constitution and a form of normalization with the Zionist entity, which is defined as an occupation and settlement country. Prime Minister Mahdi Joma, however, recently welcomed a group of Jews who traveled to Tunisia to visit the Al Ghariba synagogue. The NCA also welcomed the group, but did so because they only opposed Jewish members of Israeli nationality. According to a report by Reuters, a group of scientists, academics, and prominent writers accused British Prime Minister David Cameron of stoking sectarian divisions through his repeated description of Britain as a Christian country. The group of prominent personalities wrote an open letter to Cameron, which was published in a recent issue of The Telegraph. The letter bore the names of author Philip Pullman, humorist Tim Minchin, and Nobel Prize-winning scientist John Sulston, as well as 52 other noteworthy Brits, read in part, apart from the narrow constitutional sense that we continue to have an established church, Britain is not a Christian country. Repeated surveys, polls, and studies show that most of us as individuals are not Christian in our beliefs or our religious identities. According to census reports, the number of persons in the UK who identify as Christian has dropped from 72% in 2001 to a mere 59% in 2011. A spokeswoman for the Prime Minister answered critics by noting that the PM, who recently created a rift in his own Conservative Party when he pushed through an initiative to allow gay marriage, said he has said on many occasions that he is incredibly proud that Britain is home to many different faith communities who do so much to make the UK a stronger country. A decision by Subway Sandwich Shop's British division to accommodate Muslims in several heavily Islamic neighborhoods in Britain and Northern Ireland by offering only meats which qualify as halal has met with an unexpected backlash. The decision to serve only meat from animals killed according to Quranic law in some 185 locations and to substitute pork products such as bacon and ham with turkey-based substitutes stems from a 2007 company directive to take location demographics under advisement so that consumer demand might be met. However, the story picked up traction in social media after it was recently featured on a news or aggregating website called Inquisitor.com. Comments on the online story include "eat at home, pack a lunch, and leave our traditions alone," and "Subway needs to grow some testicles," and "boycott Subway." The backlash from the public, including several persons in the U.S. who are not affected by the decision, was so intense that Subway removed the location finding app from their website due to concerns for employee safety. Stores which feature a halal-approved menu continue to indicate such with signage and a sticker in their window. Interestingly, in 2007, Subway opened 16 kosher restaurants in the U.S. in such cities as Skokie, New York, and Miami. There has been to date no corresponding social media backlash.